Hi, it's Brian Newman with the Spotlighted Business Owner Show. Today, we're featuring Debbie Silva with West USA Realty. Debbie, welcome to the show.
Hi, Brian. Thanks for having me today. I really appreciate the opportunity to have this interview.
Oh, absolutely. No, really, I know you're a member of all of my networking groups. I really appreciate you being so supportive, and I couldn't wait to have you on the show. So, why don't you let people know how did you get into the realty business?
Well, back in July of 2014, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And in January, my dad had passed away of the same year.
Oh, both happened so
That was
close
my
together?
year of change. I had decided like years ago, I always wanted to be into real estate. And it was one of those things I thought, well, tomorrow. I was in the medical field for 20 years and I was
Wow.
an office manager. So it was just time to start doing what my passion was, and that was real estate. As a kid growing up, my dad had real estate investments. So I saw the value that was in it, where you could expand your portfolio and build that equity up and have a good life.
Uh-huh. No, I understand. Believe me, I know recently I have a rental home myself, and I should have done this a long time ago. But so do you get people, do you sell rental homes, investment property, or is it new or used homes, or do you specialize in any one versus the other?
I sell in all of them. It's like I do new home, used home, investment properties. I just have a client recently that just purchased an investment property, but I have ones that have purchased new homes too. So
Oh,
I do them all.
oh, very cool. Also, what areas do you cover? Is it strictly in the Phoenix area, and like in Peoria, the West Side, or Mesa, or do you go like all over, like as far north as Flagstaff and south as Tucson?
No, I just cover anything in Maricopa County. So all of the Maricopa, all the valley is what I cover.
Oh,
If
okay.
you, if I have a client that wants to move to those places, I do have referral partners that I could refer to.
Oh, okay, okay. No, and yeah, I don't know much about West USA Realty. What makes them different than the other ones?
Well, I'm actually on the recon team, and in my opinion, we're the best. So we have a plan, and we call it our Reconomics, and what it is to help our clients purchase 5 homes in 10 years. And so I work with my clients. It's very important to build that relationship. I really like to get to know them one on one, what their goals are, to maybe help them balance out their portfolio and add some real estate in there. So, with that being said, I have the plan to help them to buy 5 homes in 10 years. And what I do is I sit down with them, we go over the whole plan, and I explain to them the steps they need to take to be able to get to that goal. And it's a great opportunity. You could have over $1 million worth of real estate within 10 years.
Oh, wow.
It's a
Oh,
nice little it's a nice little nest egg to retire with. And
oh
so I
yeah.
seen that growing up, like my dad had that, and it was like it made our lives blessed, and real estate has definitely blessed my life.
Uh-huh. No, I know. I lived in Houston for a number of years, and the real estate market when I was there was not anything like it was here when I moved here 20 some years ago. And I know, people can actually do well, buying property here, and I know there's different areas that do better than others. What area, would you recommend buying property?
Well, first of all, it's going to depend on the clients what they're looking for. It's like if they're looking for schools or closeness, it's like it's kind of on where they want to go and what their goals are is the best. So I'll tell you what happened with me. I moved back here 28 years ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah, weren't you living in California?
Yeah, I grew up in California.
Oh my
So,
God, real estate out there is outrageous.
oh yeah, their market is crazy. Yes, it's not selling as hot as it was just because of all this, and it's extremely expensive. But
Uh-huh.
when I first moved here, I lived in Chandler, and and so we did really good out there. It was Alma School and Fry, and we bought a nice 2,100 square foot home, and it had a pool, and we only paid $99,000 for it.
Wow.
So it was like coming from California, where you could get a little condo that was 800 square feet for 200. We were like, wait, like we won the lotto,
Oh,
the real estate lotto.
wow. Yeah, that's unbelievable. I know, yeah, Debbie, with this pandemic going on, and people are, like not able to work and all this stuff. I'm just curious about what impact has it had on the real estate market?
It has affected the real estate market a little bit. The area where it's affected the most is the luxury homes, over 600,000 and above. It's really slowed that down some. But right now, the rest of the market, it's staying pretty active. We have, I'm sorry, we have currently 10,983 homes in the Maricopa County on the market. There's 3,400 under contract, and our supply is about 2.5 months on the market. So we're still short on houses. So there is still that strong need that we need to get more sellers out there to list their homes, because it's there. You know what I mean? People are still buying. It hasn't affected it too much for under $600,000. And the average price is like 348.
Wow, wow. I'm sure with what's going on up in New York, they got really hard hit with this pandemic, and other areas like Chicago and, Ohio, Michigan. I'm sure that we're going to be seeing an influx of people leaving those states and coming out here. So you're saying we have a lot of inventory available, or it's kind of short?
We have a very low inventory.
Oh, wow.
It's like 2.5 months supply is still pretty much on the seller side. You know, I mean, are the selling prices, if they're priced right, they're selling within 47 days. Um, I just wrote a contract, one that was on the market for 5 days.
Oh my
So,
God.
like, I mean, some of them, if it's priced right and it's in that neighborhood, it's going to go fast.
So,
There's still a little bit of bidding wars, not like there was, but they're still out there.
no, I remember when real estate, several years ago was so hot that they did a lottery, you know, so if you wanted to buy a house, you had to wait in line, and it was like a luck of the draw, that they would pick you to be able to buy a house. It was that crazy. But yeah, I was just curious, is it harder to qualify now, with this pandemic? Did they crack down on, like qualifying, or is it easier?
The lending guidelines have changed a little bit. They're not giving as many as incentives, and they are going over them a little bit stricter, just because the whole job market. But people are still qualifying every day. There's houses closing. There was like 3,800 that closed this last month, so
Wow.
that's quite a few homes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, so yeah, we're talking with Debbie Silva with West USA Realty, and she's enlightening us about the housing market here in the Valley. And Debbie, you want to let them know how can they reach you?
Okay, can I just add one more thing really
Oh
quick? I
yeah,
want to tell this really quick story.
yeah.
Back in 1998, I bought a house in Surprise. I became a single mom, and it was my first house on my own. I paid $98,000 for it. It was like right over there by Bell Road and Waddell, in that area.
Oh,
I sold it 3 years later, and I sold it for 249. So,
wow.
like, if you're in the right place at the right time, and a lot of times the outskirts, people don't want to commute. But now with having your office at home, it really doesn't matter where you are, because I know a lot of people are working from home. So if you're willing to move out a little bit farther, I'm not saying you're going to make the money overnight or that fast, but those opportunities are there.
Uh-huh. Well, I know, yeah, by the way, what do you think of retirement communities, versus like a housing community downtown? What's happening with those? Like, I know, are more people moving towards downtown or into retirement communities? what are you seeing?
They're going both ways. Downtown is really building it up. So it's definitely doing good out there. And the homes out here in the retirement communities and stuff, they're still going pretty good. It's like, a lot of the people from out of states come in and they buy them.
Uh-huh.
That's still there.
Oh, very cool. So, yeah, again, we're talking with Debbie Silva with West USA Realty. Debbie, if someone wanted to buy a house or even wants to just inquire about the market and, has questions, how can they reach you?
Well, my cell phone number is 928-210-8921. And I also have my website. It's buywithdebsilva.com. So just please feel free to reach out, call me, text me anytime. I'm more than happy. I look forward to building those relationships with my clients.
Oh, okay. I know one thing I must admit, there's some people that you try to call them and you can never get them to return your call or they're too busy. But I must admit, you always make time, you always get back to people, and I really appreciate that. And I'm sure that potential customers and clients will too. So, any last words you want to tell people about your business?
Just reach out if you're looking to buy, sell, invest. I'm here to help you and guide you along that process. And I do it from the heart because I don't know how to express the enjoyment of seeing that face when you've sold your house or you're buying your first house. I'm right there to share with you. I'm the biggest cheerleader. I learned from my daughters. It's exciting. It really is.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. Believe me, I love the feeling also, getting a new house. So, Debbie, well, thank you for being on the show. It's great to see you, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day.
Okay.